Welcome to the Refractor Line, live every Monday and Wednesday, 5:30 Eastern.
Pull the big one!
The Refractor Line, going live now.
What's up, everybody? It's Mark, Doug, Matt. We're doing a Hangout Friday. Welcome to the show. How's everybody doing?
What up, people?
Oh man, it's Friday, dude. I'm glad we made it to the end of the week, man. I'm beat.
Holiday weekend we got.
Yeah, 3 days, man.
Yeah,
so
we did it. We made it, guys.
So we made it normal here. Yeah, right. What's up, Paul? What's up, Only Fantasy Cards? Illuminati, welcome. Maelstrom in the house. What's up? Join the Discord. Absolutely. Michael,
Discard pile.
Nightfall has arrived in Australia. We're going to talk about Nightfall. Price has got a booster box. Has got a little bump. Joker's Favor, what's up? Pompeii Blue, hello. MetaZoo Crew, what's up? Jeremy, what's up? Cody, what's up? K Hendo, what's going on? Gypsy Fish, how's everybody doing, man? Everybody's hopefully ready for the weekend. So
yeah, man, for sure.
Let's start off with the Kickstarter that just kicked off, that launched. The Kickstarter launch of Maelstrom.
That just kicked. I love it.
Kickstarter just kicked, right? So, do you want me to just scroll through it first, or Doug, do you want to give your opinion first? The one thing I want to say is straight off the bat, like, look, dude, it sold out right away, right? It was like, bam, done. If you were in the Discord, the links were posted. I got an email as well. I was following it on on Kickstarter. It's like, notify me. So it notified me when it went live, all that good stuff. So I guess if you didn't get any, you can only kind of blame yourself, or if you weren't around your device. I mean, not really your fault. It sold out super quick. One of those things. There's still the opportunity, though, man. You can still get those decks, the starter decks, and then do the add-ons. So you can do that if you're interested in getting in. I liked them to begin with. We got into the version 2 sample packs. I thought they were cool. Art looks cool. And obviously, guys, we can tell the people think it's cool, right? That's one of those things you can just quickly look at and measure and just be like, yo, I like the way the market's treating this. I like the fact people are hyped about it. I like the fact they got some version 2 packs coming. I'm excited about the project. Just simply, look, if you want to just do a quick flip, you're probably going to be able to do a quick flip. If you want to stay in it, you can probably stay in it. It looks like it's got some legs. So, yeah, man, I'm excited about it. Mark, you can scroll through and kind of show everybody what people bought. Let's show you the tiers here, just to start off. And Matt, I'm interested in your opinion next here, but let me just show the tiers first. So they have, the big tier. You're the greatest person, $5,000. You get all these cases, all this stuff. One person, that's great. Who really cares? You're not going to get it. $1,250, Spark of the Maelstrom. And this is stuff where we have 8 backers. They get 2 booster box cases. Those seem pretty like the hot thing to have. The theme decks, pretty cool. The promos, sure. How to play guide, sure. Tournament invitation card plus invite. That's kind of fun. And case exclusive mat. So 151 made. And then 1,000. There's 42 backers. So more booster box cases, which I think is great. I think it's the desired thing. Theme decks. The promos, obviously, and then more of the mats. 550. Would you guys maybe have gotten in at 550 if you could have? Is that maybe where you would have started?
The case, yeah, I think
where you get the
honestly,
case, the case of booster boxes. So this is one case, 6 boxes. So you also get 3 of each theme deck here.
I'm thinking that's probably where you wanted to land. You make a little bit of money on that easy. Like you're talking six booster boxes. You're talking $500. So you're talking what? Not even like what is it? Like $72, 70 something bucks a box. That's easy. I mean, yeah, I'd be in on that. That's probably where I would have gunned for if I was paying attention. But I was doing some other shit. But I mean, that's probably where I would have landed. That's if it was me and I had my choice of them. Yeah.
For $550, that seems like you get a lot of things here. And $300, you get 3 of the booster boxes. The other one you get 6, so you kind of can base it out that way. 2 of each of the theme decks. This is actually I think pretty well worth it. The $300, and then you also get the promo, the Kickstarter promo. $100, you get 1 booster box. I think this is great as well with the theme decks. You get the guide, the promo, and then this is what's still available. The theme deck set, where you get the theme decks and you get the promo.
I'm not as excited about this, you know. I don't know if you guys are with the theme decks, but Matt, what's your kind of opinion on it? Like before, you know, we kind of go down that route.
You know, when we talked about this a little bit before we went live, like I think initially I had like that FOMO when I jumped in the Discord last night and I saw everyone kind of talking about like this launch coming up. I'm like, well, what's happening? Because for some reason this came as a surprise to a lot of people, even in their own Discord.
Right.
So when I got in too late, but I remember looking and kind of seeing what was available. And even if I had the option to buy some of these things, like $550 is a pretty large investment for a TCG when you really truthfully don't know how it's going to do. Like we can all have our expectations of how a Kickstarter is going to do at launch, but I wouldn't have gotten in at $550 just because I'm.
You know, the only thing I would say,
fair. That's fair.
One thing I would
said
say to that,
maybe
Matt,
just maybe I was kind of thinking I wouldn't have gotten in at 550 either. I say that like maybe that's something to get in at. No, I think I would have done 300 or 100, but I didn't. But go ahead.
The only thing I'll jump in and say is, you look like we showed on the last show. They have a history.
Oh yeah,
you can see their version 1 packs are selling. People want this stuff. There's like a heat behind it, right? It's like we talked about when we first talked about MetaZoo. Is there's a heat here. I don't know why. I don't really know what's going on, but you can tell like this is something people are very interested in. That would, to me, right away, like, look, you get these, you can flip them easy, quick. It's not going to be something like you have to hold on to if you don't want to. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely of the theory that like the more boxes you get, the better, especially if you're interested in moving out right away. Now, if you're holding it, I can't tell you what's going to happen. I don't know how this is going to go or how hyped people are going to be about it for how long. I just know they're hyped about it right now. I know people are pissed they missed out. So that's even a bigger deal, right? There's people who are pissed they missed out. You got these boxes, be like, yeah, I'll sell these boxes, even if it's just $200, Mark, $200 a box, you get $1,200 on your $500 investment. That's, I mean, just to people who missed, not even talking like what market value probably is.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, exactly. So you're going to get something that you already kind of have a good feeling. It has a little bit proven record that because it's sold stuff before that you're feeling good about the price. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. And I think if you got in at that booster level, you're going to feel good about those booster boxes, kind of like how people are feeling good about the Nightfall booster boxes. We're going to talk about that later. But what's up, Steven? What's up, man? How's it going? We'll talk about the MetaZoo Kickstarter with their deck of cards. We can talk about it briefly. Danny, what's up? Stoffgans, what's up? Tony, how's it going? 007. Steve, how's it going, man? Welcome.
Mike, do you want to show the add-ons people can add?
Yes. So this is kind of where I hit the kind of thing of like, I don't know if I'm gonna get the theme decks, like add-ons like this, like once you already buy like these. Doug, can you see the screen?
Oh yeah.
The Catalyst promo pack, the blast, all the theme decks. These.
Yeah.
Add-ons.
So all those. Yeah. Those add-ons. Yeah.
Yes. So I think this Apocalypse promo pack is very interesting.
Right.
That grabs my attention. The theme decks, everyone's getting theme decks in all the tiers, so I don't know if you'd really want to buy more. Would you guys buy more?
No, the promo packs are what I'd be wanting. A theme decks, no, that's nothing to me. Like I'd buy them if it was like, well, I fucked up.
Just these guys?
Catalyst of the Apocalypse promo pack.
Yeah, those ones.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Those would be the ones. I wouldn't go crazy over theme decks. I don't necessarily think, like you said, everybody who's backed it's got them. So I don't know if those who missed, like, man, I just need a fucking theme deck. I don't know if those people are gonna be banging down your door yet. Might, rising tide rises all ships, right? So maybe, but I wouldn't buy more. I wouldn't be interested in more of those. I'd be interested in the promos. I think those are kind of cool.
Yeah, if I was getting in. What's up, Jay? Welcome from Taiwan. What's up, dude? I would add one of these, absolutely. And just look, the one's international, one's not, so make sure you buy the right one. And then these others are kind of the game mat, the how to tactician kit, 2 theme decks, 5 special theme packs with each deck.
So is there any way
usable gloss 1,000 total?
I don't know if you guys covered this when I was going to cover a barking dog. Is there a way for people that did not get in at the initial launch to add these things on? Like even if it's a matter of, because you said there's a threshold limit you have to have pledged to add these on, right?
Yeah, you have to pledge at least. Well, maybe you could get in at the $1. Let's see. Oh, what did I just do?
Oh boy.
Mark's in.
Because I would be interested in adding those promo packs, but I can't just add those. I have to have pledged something already to add those.
For the theme, so it's the theme deck. It'd be the theme deck tier.
Yeah, well, let's say if you just do the I'm $1, I want to support. Pledge
right.
without a
yeah, I wonder if you can
what if
add
I just
on
do $1?
you gonna scroll this off, Mark, so we
Oh,
can get
son
your
of a gun.
information?
I already have an account. What's going on here, folks?
Yeah, slide that over, Mark. You don't want us
Yeah, I don't need to know.
pledging for Mark. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Using
but you
Mark's
know what?
money.
I found out. I found
Oh,
out.
Devin says you can pledge $1 and then do the.
Yeah, and then have add-ons. So there you go. So
Yeah, so there you go. So that's
look at us. Great tip from watching the Refractor line again, guys. Boom.
Thank you, Devin.
Yeah, I think I say thank you, Doug. Like I did. Like, you know what, Doug? Nailed it, man.
Thank you, Doug,
Thanks.
as well. Thank you
Thanks,
both.
gang.
Yeah.
Thanks, gang.
but no, I think that's kind of a cool add-on.
So is it letting you do it,
chasing
Mark?
that one card.
Devin
Oh,
asked
let me
me.
let me bring it back up. Sorry, guys. I went around the world.
The elephants?
And
Mark,
around
you went to
the world,
France?
and now,
Boom.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
here we go. So we're
We've been
back.
player hating. I don't know.
I was hiding over there, but okay. So what we're kind of talking about the theme decks. You guys kind of read more about the game here. I'm not going to read it word for word, but you can kind of see here's the different kits, just pictures of them. I mean, I think the packaging is fine. I mean, all that looks cool. Yeah, there's the mats, how to play, stuff like that. Okay, so here are the goals. So this is kind of interesting. So 50,000, these cards unlock, right? The teardrop cards and things like this,
Yeah, that's
which
cool.
I think is kind of a cool one, but you don't get it at the lowest tier. So you got to pay attention to that, right?
Oh, man, so you can't get it. See, like, that's a good point, Mark.
So you can't get
So you-
that,
mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Break the players. So this one gets that one gets that tier. This 80K
Okay.
is a cool one. Numbered 100-seated card unlocked. That's cool. You get a booster box, you get a number 100. I think that's really cool. But it's unlocked in the booster boxes, so that's not the theme deck. Numbered
Nope.
10 cards. That's also. I love the numbered cards. I know, Doug, that's more, of your
Trading cards, sports
thing here,
cards,
but
man, yeah.
sports card style. But I like it a lot. In booster boxes as well. Numbered 101, also cool. Booster boxes as well. So I think all those are great, but they're booster boxes, so it's not the theme deck part. So
Right. I'm not
you
sure there's a
know,
theme deck like you did a theme deckers. You know what I mean? I don't think there's like four of them.
So you miss out on those. What you do get is you get one of these off the bat, the Catalyst promo pack, and you could buy more. And then, that's just
All
kind of
Mark,
what I'm wanting.
and Devin made a comment here. All backers get a backer numbered card now since we hit 420K.
Oh,
so
great! Yeah.
get in on that. Like, Mark, throw $1 and get those things. And,
So you
know,
get
be the man.
another. So you get another card. Yeah. So
Sure.
I think
I
that's
think they
kinda,
look great. Yeah.
There's some cool stuff. I think if you got in at the booster pack or the booster box, you're very happy. If you didn't, I don't know. I think maybe it's kind of up to you. I don't really want to tell you yes or no. I don't. I think at that one, it's kind of your decision. I'm not really hot or
yeah.
cold. I'm kind of whatever you feel. There's. But if I got a booster box, I'd be telling you yes. I think this is a hot thing because I think the booster box is gonna be hot. But at the theme deck, I don't know. So I'm lukewarm. I didn't buy a theme deck. Doug, did you buy a theme deck or Matt?
No, I'm gonna. Look, Devin said he's a sports card guy, right? So, like,
Oh,
Devin,
nice,
I'm just
yeah.
waiting for you to do the precious metal gems version of your card.
Oh, man.
Then I'm in. Give me that shit. Give me that.
right.
Yeah, I'll be all over that.
Of course, right? I don't even know if the technology exists. Somebody's got to go to the Fleer
Well,
Skybox
technology
bankruptcy
doesn't
auction
exist
in
anymore.
fucking 97 and figure out what happened. Yeah, man. But yeah. So no, Mark. Yeah, I'm gonna get in on something. I have time. I looked. I was man, whatever. There's a bunch. I can decide kind of what I want to do now at this point, and I got time. This isn't Mark. This isn't like Titan where you're like, I need 1 hour. Give me the last hour and I'll decide. No, I mean I'm just gonna take a day or two and then go for something.
Exactly.
That's my
There's
goal.
767 left. Just something to keep an eye on. I mean, just kind of pay attention to that number. And just make a decision before they hit zero. And as if, they
Are you
mentioned
ready to
with all the
pressure something?
giveaway cards, yeah, pledge a small amount, you get something. You get the promo, I mean, how cool is that? You get a numbered card.
Yeah.
So you get to be a part of it, even if you missed out on the big part. And just kind of be part
There
of the
you go.
updates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But,
Mark, like Devin,
it's kinda-
Devin just made a comment here, Mark. He said he was going to do parallel pre-graded precious foiling metal style. How
cool
about
would
that?
that be?
Precious metal gem, right? So
You're
that's
speaking
the
my
type of
language.
stuff to look for, though. Like with numbered cards, cool things like this. Yeah, I mean, it's worth getting into, Mark. So, like you said, you can't tell people what you think they should buy into necessarily. I think you should take the time and get in, though. This is going to be one of those things like, look, you throw a buck, you get a custom number card. Or your backer number on the
Right,
card.
maybe not a theme deck, but get in. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. So just throw a buck at it. If that's the bare minimum you're willing to spend on something like that, or bare maximum, be like, yo, I got $1. Well, then invest the $1. You get a backer number card.
Now, look, I would say throw on some of those promos that we talked about, right? Do those. You don't necessarily need a theme deck if you're like, man, I'm not going to play. I don't care about the theme decks. I will say to you, though, Mark, if you treat this like a Pokemon, treat it like a Yu-Gi-Oh, where it's like, yeah, man, starter deck Yugi, though, SDY, that is doing great. Like SDK. You're talking Pokemon, you're talking Machamps who were in that first edition. So it's not worth getting these if you're somebody who doesn't care about the game. You just want to hold it. It's not, because other games have proven if the game takes off, these early decks actually are worth money. Like, I mean, they just are. So, again, not telling you what to do, but I'm just saying there are still options for you. You know, don't be butthurt if you missed a booster. I mean, blame yourself. That's all I'd say.
And to be honest, $40 is a pretty low bar. I mean, if you're adding a few things, you'll probably get that up to like 75. All right, sure, 60, whatever. I mean, that's not a crazy amount. That really isn't too bad. So.
And even if $40 is for some reason too much, like $1 for a numbered card, like I challenge you to find any other Kickstarter where you can get a numbered card for a single $1. With still the option of added design after that.
Right, Matt. I mean, like, it's just $1, man.
It's
like, I hate to be like jerk. It's like, well, you don't got $1, bro. But I think you could make money on this $1, man. I think if you were like hard up and you're like, I need a $1 investment idea and I need it now.
That's
you could do it.
Literally the best you could do.
Exactly. And when you make money on that $1, guess what you're probably going to go do? You're probably going to go buy more of this,
something else,
because you already you're a fan of it now. So you're going to turn it into more. You created a fan off $1. I think it's great. You know, there you go.
Or what if you get $50 for Mark?
You know.
Mark, what if you get $50 for it, you go buy elephants? Like, that's what we kind of talk about on the show, is like taking your buck and using it efficiently. Like, let's say that $1 turns into something and you turn it into something else that you find maybe will give you a bigger return. It's just kind of like that. For $1, though, I don't know that I'm finding an investment for $1 that works.
Yeah, no, but bar is a great point, Doug. Yes, or the elephant knockoff. Yes, you can absolutely do that. And no shipping on
Babelex.
All right. Is there anything else you guys want to mention on this before we can kind of talk about some other stuff?
No, I mean, I think it's dope. Guys, keep an eye on it. If you haven't gotten in, like I said, whatever. I mean, spend $1. Yes. I would have been but more quickly, just back on it. Like, would we have been in if the booster boxes are still available? Would you have bought a booster box, Matt? The one box tier
for what was it? $100.
$100. You get that a theme deck.
To be honest, if I knew that there was such a time crunch, like if I had like 3 minutes to decide if I was going to get in on it, I probably would not have, because that's a lot of money for some people, and it's a lot of money for anybody. For that,
that's a lot of money for anybody. Yeah, $100, $100. Yeah.
If I had enough time to kind of go through and weigh my options, and I had time to think about it, as opposed to panic buying, yeah, I probably would. But like spur of the moment, like I have to make.
Would you have done it? Right.
Oh well, if one opened up right now, would I jump on it? Yeah, I would. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was just for me. But I had time to think about it. That's the thing. We talked the last show about it, and I'm like, look, there's a market. I knew there was a market for this stuff, so I probably would have been in as big a tier as was financially comfortable for me. I think probably a lot of people feel that way, and that's why you saw these sell out so quickly.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Cool. Well, I think for the most part, people are feeling kind of the same way about it. Like kind of feeling kind of good about booster boxes and stuff like that. Yeah. All right. So, speaking of booster boxes, you guys want to talk about Nightfall booster boxes real quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
To MetaZoo.
No. To MetaZoo. Everybody's favorite. So, they got a nice little bump. $240. These aren't telling you $225, $232, $220. They were down to what, guys? What'd they get down to? Like $140?
Did they really get 140? I didn't see them 140. If that's possible, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, Mark, where I think there's likely going to be a Nightfall market. I don't know when it's going to happen. And it was like, Rudy sent an email telling everybody it's going to 300. I don't know if I see that in the near future. I mean, potentially yes, and these boxes were loaded. Like, they were loaded. So if you believe in Nightfall, believe in MetaZoo, these boxes are heavy in your favor. Like, it's not the 2 reverse to 1 full. You were flipping those. Yeah. You're flipping those or better. Like,
do you remember, Doug, when you opened your booster? Do you remember roughly what the ratio was?
I was better than 2 to 1 full hollow to
That's
reverse. I was 26, I think, 26 to 10.
Yeah.
I feel like right. That's because I got a bunch from over there. And there was a lot of grouping. I got a lot of those octopus. I got a lot of shit. But, you know, looking at the prices of the full holo still, so if you believe in this, believe in these boosters, man, they're not, you got to pull the big one, as we say in the business, man. Yeah, because if you're not pulling the big one, you know, the $4 or $5 full holos doesn't really make it worth your time at $240.
Yeah.
No, so you need a big pull, and I think you usually get one. Like I got 2 full holo Mothman. I got a full holo. I think maybe Wendigo. I don't know, but anyway, they're heavy. So if you believe in it, these boxes are heavy in your favor. Like they are. You just need to see Nightfall single prices go up, and you're set.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, I wouldn't buy it 220 because, like you said, even if you pull like one Mothman and one like Wendigo full holo, like you're not making your money back. Like that's way too high of a price point for me. Like I wouldn't touch it.
It's difficult, Mark. When you look at these, Mark, honestly, like as just an outside, like if you're just investing to hold, would you buy singles, Mark? Or are you buying this box? Like you gotta. I would
singles are the way to go still. Box, and maybe I would just avoid the 2 most expensive ones, and you're collecting around those, and you're just getting, you know, fucking great looking cards, you know, PSA 10. If this, you know, ever rebounds, you're looking good. And here's kind of a good example. The spellbook hasn't budged. It's the booster box because people were reminded, I think, with the second edition that these are stacked. Like there's tons of full holos.
Thing you can actually
go get them. And if things
a funny
take
thing
off,
you can actually consider, not to cut you off, Mark, but instead of buying that box for like $220, you could realistically probably take that money and buy a PSA 10 Mothman from Nightfall for that price.
Probably close to it.
Which I mean,
at auction.
Which isn't
you find an auction. You're right. Yeah, Matt, I agree with that. No, that's a sneaky way to look at it. Like, you know, we talk about buying singles versus sealed sometimes. Like, this is one perfect example. And Matt, you make a great point. Not even singles versus sealed. You're talking graded singles. You can probably get into pretty damn. Yeah, man, I'm with you on that, actually. I think there's probably a better use of your 240 currently in the Nightfall market. If you're buying Nightfall, buy those singles, man. You believe in it, buy the good singles, too, because you can probably buy what? 4 or 5
$290 right there.
Mothman 290, Headless Horseman 280. I mean,
shit.
And people are saying it got down to like 160. 160 was a booster box. This is what chat's
Matt,
saying.
the grading is 150. So
that's exactly right. Like, even if you pull a really nice Mothman out of the box, you're going to have to either spend a ton of money to get it graded now or wait for PSA to open up to get it graded. I would cut the corner and just buy the graded copy.
Because what if you get a 9?
Yeah.
If you get a 9, you're screwed.
Yeah, Mark. Exactly. Yeah. But quickly about just the MetaZoo, the weirdness in pricing. It seems to be, this is kind of how MetaZoo works, is like the sum of the parts are never equal to the whole. And that's for everything. Like sometimes like you could buy the theme decks, the early theme decks or tribal theme decks. You could buy those for cheaper than the sum of their parts for some reason. It's just weird. It works out that way. You could take it, break it apart, and make money. For this, it's the opposite. The box is more expensive than the sum of its parts. It's really weird how MetaZoo works. It's not like consistently like as far as like, oh, it's always better to buy singles or always better to buy sealed. But it fluctuates. And if you look, yeah, you could play the game, just be buying sealed tribal decks, ripping them apart, selling each of the individual cool cards out of it, making money that way, and stacking coins if you want.
Right.
And this way, buy all the good Nightfall cards you want for $240. And there's no box toppers.
No box topper.
No.
And you see people getting killed on the reverse holos, getting those graded. Don't do that. So yeah, no, I'm with you guys. Buy the singles if you believe in it. I mean, that's really. I have mine all set aside when they take off. You know, I'll be ready. I mean, I got a whole bunch of.
I send a bunch to CGC.
Yeah. See, there you go. And you know, I'd say get them. Wait for the prices to go down to get them graded someplace like CGC, like.
BGS, I guess.
I don't know what's BGS's prices on this. I'm not even sure.
I have no idea.
BGS is at 40 now, guys. 40, and their turnaround time, I think they say is like 6 months. Good luck. Yeah. I don't know if that shit's happening, but they're saying it.
And PSA is still 100. What's the lowest tier? $100.
100. The small tiers are shut down. So yeah, lowest tier is $100. And just quickly, Matt, and everybody watching, if you guys watched our previous two, we kind of touched on CGC a little bit, saying like what tier cards we should send in. And like we talked about, the middle, this $50 tier.
Middle tier, right.
This Nightfall tier should be exclusively right now to CGC. Until the lower tiers open in the BGS, in the PSA, your only option is CGC. And guess what? You may get them back in 6 months, but in 6 months, if Nightfall recovers, everything recovers, you're going to have a stack of graded cards. In CGC, we've shown multiple times on this show, the lower to middle tier stuff competes with PSA. Don't send your top tier shit there. Don't do that because you're not going to make money back.
You're not going to make your money back.
But we can't keep pounding it home. I mean, we will every show because Nostalgic's going to be able to be sent to CGC. So that's something to pay attention to. Like, we're pounding the fact that, look, you could save money doing this. Now, when PSA, Matt, opens up the bulk tier, anybody's guess. Like, because here's a question to you. And, Matt, I think you're the perfect person. And, Mark, let me ask you both because I want to hear from both of you on this one and the chat. So here's the scenario. You could send $15 bulk gradings, 50 cards. $15 comes back in about 6 months to CGC. Okay? Let's pretend PSA comes out Q2, like they said, and opens up that $10 bulk. They've been promising everybody, and it's Q2. But it's 12 months. So a full, Q2, so it's coming back almost a full 10 months after you get the CGC. Would you rather have CGC cards back 6 months from now, right now, $15 a card, or PSA cards back about 16 months from now at $10 a card? Like, that's my question to you guys.
For me personally, it may depend on the cards that I'm sending. So if I'm going to go use sports cards as an example because, Doug, you and I, that's the majority of what we've sent over our lifetimes. Sure. If I'm sending cards of like Tim Duncan or Kevin Garnett, stuff that I don't need back in 6 months, I will send that to PSA and gladly wait 12 months because I don't care. I'm not trying to beat the market on any of those. If it's something like MetaZoo, where not that I'm not optimistic, but maybe I don't want to wait 12 months. Maybe if I feel like there's something big going to be happening within those 6 months and I want to be ready to sell if something happens, then I'd go to CGC. So for me, it personally depends on like the card that I'm sending, I think.
So this scenario then, Mark, what Matt just explained, this scenario, what are you doing?
For me, because I'm thinking of it just as MetaZoo specifically. I'm not thinking of it as a sports thing. And I'm thinking, depending on the first edition stuff, I think you want to get that back sooner. I think you want that in 6 months. You want to sell this when we're coming out with the UFO set, reminding everyone how great first edition is. And you have this graded card in this, good-looking case. I mean, it's, you have it ready to go, and you have something that's unique. Like, how many people did that, So I think that's something. But for PSA, something I'm not going to get back for 16 months, maybe that's something I'd consider with something like Nightfall. Like, I don't care. The market sucks for it right now. Like, I'll send my good cards in, get them graded. They'll be back in 16 months. We'll make the decision there what the hell happens with them. But I did $10 a card to get them graded. These were good cards anyway. I think that's more my side. I kind of split what I'm sending, but I'd still, I'd send both, So I
that's a good point.
Depend on the addition to me. Depend on the set.
My answer to my own question would just be, dude, I'd send, like we talked about, not top tier stuff. So all the non-top tier stuff to CGC because the prices are similar. I'd get them back quick, flip them, and then, Mark, maybe within, a few months I'd have another stack of cards to send to PSA, but I'd have a wad of cash in my pocket from selling all my CGC stuff. So I just flipped up, have more cards, and then I'll wait the 12 months for PSA, but with cash in my pocket. I think that's the way I'm going to play it. I mean, it's the way I basically played it. I have all my decent promos, decent cards into CGC right now. Nothing top end stuff for PSA is special, but non-special stuff. Yeah, I think you're both correct in your thinking. Like, I don't think there's a wrong answer here. I just keep thinking of moving vertically. I'm just going to keep stacking.
The quicker you get the cards back, the more you can use that money to invest in something else. So there is a benefit to getting stuff back sooner.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It depends on how quickly you want that turnover with your investment, I guess.
Yeah, don't be afraid to churn through some of your cards. Like, don't be afraid to buy some, sell some, and kind of get them going. What's up, 16-bit? What's going in? Sealed booster box king. Yeah, no, that's the way to be. Just have a bunch of sealed booster boxes. And you guys see that? What was it? The Logan Paul thing or whatever with the fake.
Oh,
G.I. Joe cards.
The fake Matt's G.I. Joe stuff.
Matt and I have a story. Like the
ahead,
BBC. What? Yeah, no, Matt. Do you want to tell? It's the year was 2017. Okay, this was.
Do you want me to get those bats or?
Yeah, grab one. Okay. Show people. I can entertain people with the.
Can I pull it up? Anything on eBay or anything?
No,
Mark. No. This was. So we went to there was a closing of. It was either a guy who owned a sports card store or something who passed away, and there was an auction, a state sale. So they advertised it, and Matt Kayla and I went. Okay, so it was in some some fucking building. I don't know the exact city. I'm sure Matt knows better than I do. It's 2017, so it was a pretty full. Like it was just in a strip mall, but a pretty full building with chairs set up, a good amount of auctioneers or bidders, if you will, and the BBCE guy, the buyer for BBCE, was there, and
What's
this dude was
BBCE?
fucking baseball card exchange. So, for those of you who don't know, they certify sealed stuff. Like, oh, this is legitimately sealed. It's sealed and it's the way it's supposed to be, which is a big fuck up with this Pokemon stuff. It makes you kind of wonder how good they are at the rest of their shit too, because I'm doubting it. They buy stuff, so they had a buyer there at the auction Matt and I were at, and this guy was buying everything. That's a problem to me, Matt, for a company who certifies boxes or whatever as being sealed or legit, like that they're paying money for boxes and they're going to certify them and then put them back out there, for sale. That'd be like PSA buying cards, grading them, and selling them. I don't care for that. This to me is shenanigans, and these fuckwads messed up. They certified Logan Paul's case as authentic, and it looked fake as fuck from the beginning.
Yeah.
And, like, people called it out right away. It looked fake as fuck. And BBC, like, literally trash because they're worth nothing now. You can't fuck up a $3.5 million deal and be like, it's fine.
No.
Like, if you can't pay attention to a $3.5 million box, Matt, can you pay attention to my $75 box? No, you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, there's no...
But,
yeah.
Back to the story for a minute, though.
Yeah,
Matt did win.
Well,
Matt
yes.
did win.
Yeah. So I don't know what all you covered. Let me take my background off here for a second.
Get serious. Lean into the camera. Let's do it.
Well, I don't know if
a little more intimate with the people. Let me take this down.
I don't know if whatever I show is going to show up with the background. So I don't know how much time you spent, Doug, because there was pages and pages of all this stuff that was going to be for sale, and we both went into it thinking like this is going to be a great opportunity for us to buy.
I wanted the Garbage Pail Kids cases. The Garbage Pail Kids cases from the 80s. That's what I wanted. I was like, I'll wait. And they were at the very end because they were both bucks.
Yes.
But anyway, was there. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. We spent, and I'm sure you did, I spent hours in the weeks leading up to this, like cataloging, like this is for sale. This is what's in this set. This is what PSA graded cards of that set sell for. Like, I had it down, and I know you did too. Like, we had notes like, this is really like the market what I could buy it for and turn a good profit for everything. So there was like dozens and dozens and dozens of things that we had all cataloged. Like, that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity. And this fuck literally buys everything. Like, outfits everybody. So we're just sitting there like, what are we even here for? Because he's just jacking up the prices on everything we wanted to try to buy.
And it's shenanigans. I just think it's shenanigans when you get a company who certifies these boxes, buying boxes, like PSA buying cards. I don't like it.
You can't do the...
And I still
can't do both sides of it, right? Yeah, no.
But Matt did win. Matt did win a couple of things. Matt, why don't you show the people? Because why not? It's kind of cool to show some stuff.
So leading into this auction, I had talked to my finance guy. I'm like, there's this coming up, and I know there's going to be memorabilia and stuff that I really want to buy. What's a realistic amount of money that I can take out of my account and not like kill myself? He's like, well, I'll give you 20 grand. I'm not saying you should spend it. If you want to, go ahead, but
I'm not saying it's a good idea.
I'm not saying it's a good idea, but you can do it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it.
Of course, I go in there thinking like, I got 20 grand to spend. This is great.
I'm about to go wild. Wild. What's it mean? I can't
wear a suit.
So there was like a Ty Cobb signed baseball and like a Rogers Hornsby signed baseball, stuff that I wanted to buy, but we left early, so I did one of those like absentee bids where I had to put in like a blank bid, and I didn't win. But the things I did get, and I showed these off for the people in the Discord, like my baseball memorabilia collection. So I got 2 bats. Here's one. So you can't really see it, but it's a Hall of Fame signed bat by like 50 different Hall of Famers. You got like Ted Williams on there, Sandy Koufax, Stan Musial.
Dope. Look at that.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. So I have these 2 bats in cases. They're essentially the same, not the same bat, but it's signed by a lot of the same people. So they did not cost me 20 grand, thankfully. I put money back in my account. Yeah, but no, that's stuff that like I could tell that the majority of the people were not there for that sort of stuff. They were there for like the cards. So
the sealed,
I think I got a good deal on them, but at the same time, like that's not something I would buy to resell. That's something I would buy to kind of like keep me happy.
Display,
Yeah.
No, that's
So,
something cool to have. Like that's and that's kind of a fun thing to go to, and you guys know firsthand that these guys are clowns. I mean, these guys are grading.
Yeah.
These guys are just in it for the money.
Yeah.
Which you see that
Of
with
course.
these grading companies or these authentication things where it's our alphabet soup is grading now. We can say this is going to equal a PSA 10. It's like no,
It's wild. It's just wild because these dudes were like, they were based in Indianapolis, right? So they obviously Midwest areas where they'd hit. Then they moved to Chicago once they started making big money. And then that's when shit started getting crazy because this $3.5 million box case they fucked up. And nothing on it looked right, which was the craziest part about it is like, even if you just Googled the case, it didn't look the same. You couldn't just fucking Google or Bing, Mark? Bing? You can buy Bing?
You could have Binged that and seen for sure.
Hopefully they can figure out the Bing. I don't know. Maybe it's too difficult. But yeah, no, it seemed, I don't know. I don't want to say things like that or like, it was, it just seemed something was up. Something fishy's going on, It doesn't
what were the odds that a sealed case was still available, like in existence? Like it seems so like.
If you trace the history of it, some dude sold it on eBay for like $70K.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the first buyer, the guy was like, okay, but I got to be able to come out and see it and inspect. The guy's like, no deal, no deal, relisted. Right. It's like as soon as that happens, like that part of the story is added. It's not like, man, I just had an authentic case. I just wasn't willing to let somebody come see. No, this is shenanigans. If there's shenanigans involved, this is the same thing when you guys are investing in cards or Kickstarters or whatever. If there's shenanigans, get the fuck out. Mm-hmm. That was shenanigans.
Well, there's a lot of things to pay attention with these Kickstarters because you never know. You do have to. But you want to know what's not shenanigans, Doug? Is I think we all got an email from our favorite elephant.
How nice was that, though? How nice
was that? Yeah, that was really good.
Or how do you say his name? Fotimer?
Fotimer. I think it's Fotimer.
So we got emails saying everything will be sent by February 22nd. Oh, there we go. Mid-February. They updated their website. Good for them.
But he apologized. Like, that was the craziest part of it. He's like, I'm really sorry, guys. This is my mistake. We're doing our best to make sure everybody has a fun experience doing this, and we messed up. They weren't shuffled correctly. How nice was that?
What a great reason to hold them too. Like, could you imagine you got 7 of the same card or all the same? You'd be like, this sucks,
all 5 of them Bitcoin. I don't know if they were good cards. I'm like, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a certain TCG sending out an email apologizing for clumping?
No, fucking. There's 0% chance that like he still fixed the fucking spellbook. Spellbooks are fixed. They're not fixed. Fuck yourself. Enjoy your ban. Enjoy sitting by yourself somewhere. Block your ass. You don't talk about it's shuffled. It's fine. That's like when you're playing with that kid playing cards who just sucks at shuffling. Just put them together. It's like, let's go. It's fine. That's the same thing. Mike, he did his best. Maybe he just sucks at shuffling. Anyway, yeah, it was nice to hear. Honestly,
we got the update too. So the updates, so that's when they're being sent. So it makes you, still feel comfortable if you want to buy more. They're not going to be sent for another few weeks. Yeah. So,
but Babblex, gang, Babblex is just honesty, integrity, craftsmanship. I assume it feels good though. It does. This feels like something, Mark, I can believe in. They're not just like bullshitting, and then finally sending out cards and telling you what's up. Like, look. Yes. Here's what happened. Fucked up.
We are going to get these cards. We'll see. They look like they're going to look really cool, and it's all going to be on the market. I mean, it's all going to be kind of what happens. What do you do with them? Selling them sealed, opening them up. I mean, what is the play? What are you guys going to do? What
an interesting game though. What an interesting and it's not a collectible card game. They're just making it an interesting hunt for treasure for us. Because think about it, they're going to offer gifts and rewards for people who've kept their packs sealed. What do? Like, do you hold off, maybe not open anything till the first group of gifts get announced, and then decide, like, well, should I do this? And then let's say the gift's something cool, but you're like, fuck, this could be the Bitcoin pack. This could be the golden ticket. You know what I mean? This could be the Babblex of all Babblexes. I don't know, man. Doug. It's a fun game, and it's a real world treasure hunt. Is basically what they're giving you in your hands. You have a chance to really control your own destiny and decide what you want to do. I rip packs though.
Bobby's right. He said Doug ain't hold nothing. That's
right. Yeah, Doug's not holding nothing. Like this is not happening.
I literally have to get these addressed to Kayla from now on. It's like, just don't give them, hide them, don't let me have them because I'm gonna rip them. I got to see what the first thing is, but I don't know, man.
All right, people are.
A collab was just announced. Maelstrom and Cobra Gray. Shut. Is that real? Shut up.
No, I don't buy that.
Well, something like that. It's so early. I'm hoping that this is just the first of many. But I want nothing that, Cobra Gray, I don't, that's not, you're not getting a premium.
You're not
No, I
getting
don't
anything.
want-
You're losing money.
Yeah, I don't want that.
That's,
I mean,
that's not
they
a
could
good
be
sign.
partners.
It's just a
Okay, well,
whatever
I'll tell you
sign. You know, I don't know.
Well, maybe it's not a partnership too. Could it just be like, hey, we're gonna grade our cards?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
it's early,
I mean,
so but yeah,
I'm not fucking with it.
I'm not
Shit,
doing
are you
that.
kidding me? No, I'm not doing that. That's
yeah,
fine.
and just
That's
because they
not
have a partnership doesn't mean you have to do it. It doesn't mean it's exclusive. You know what I mean? It's just
No, it's probably just something like they agreed to grade our cards. Like
Yeah.
they said they'll do it. Hell, honestly, well, no, me being me, I wouldn't do this, but I can understand people being like, let's get as many companies on board as we can. Maybe it'll give us a little more legitimacy to our name. I'm not fucking with it. Like, there's 0% chance I'm Koba anything. Like, a DSG, certainly not. I'm barely doing SGC. Like, I'm barely accepting them as a grader right now, and they're pretty big time. So,
yeah.
yeah, I don't have room in my heart for anything else, guys. It's the heart wants what the heart wants, and it's not that shit.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Yeah,
Mhm.
and something like that, maybe it's a quick flip, like getting those graded, maybe only the top cards, and you're doing express grading. Something
Let's
like
see
that.
here.
16-bit
Good
Akira,
question.
how do you guys feel about grading non-hollow?
Yeah.
That stuff I would send at like PSA's lowest level.
If
Well,
PSA
no.
had the $10 opened up, if
Yeah.
it didn't, I would send it to CSG. I certainly would, or CGC,
Mhm.
DGC.
Yep.
Like there's some rare, like the suburban Terra is super hard to find. Like there's 4, and the list was posted in our Discord. I believe
yeah.
Unprofessional and Steve.
Nighttime
Steve
stars.
did it. Yeah, there's some weird ones. So if you check our Discord, you could probably find it. And one of them is Suburban. I know that because I have it and I have it signed by the artist, which I think is really cool. But man, yeah, I don't know. I'd send him CGC now just because I could. But yeah, I'd wait. I'd probably do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the Discord. There it is, Mark.
Absolutely, yeah. Post the Discord, yeah. Hop on in, guys. The $10 level, you could add things on the Kickstarter. That's what people are saying, not $1.
Yeah.
$1, you just get the
Yeah.
promo. $10, you could add
Just-
stuff. Okay.
Okay. Here's the thing, real quick. I just want to say, Kachow makes a really, really good point that I think a lot of people are actually going to feel it, and this is maybe just going to be unintentional shrapnel hitting people. But gang, he makes a point saying after Logan Paul, he's being much more selective who's grading his cards because a lot of people don't know what the fuck BBC is. Like they don't know Baseball Card Exchange, and the only reason I know of it is 1, they're local. 2, they were at that auction. I thought it was bullshit when they started. So like I'm on the board of the bullshit wagon. But people who don't know think, oh, that's just some other bullshit grading company. And then they see somebody get screwed and they're like, fuck, I need to stick with the big dogs, the ones I know, the people who have a name in the game. PSA, BGS, and CGC for their comics, and SGC was huge in Vintage. SGC was like the name in Vintage for graded cards. So those 4 actually have some history you could look into. This other crap, you can't, and I'm not fucking with it anymore because I can't trust it. Like, you just can't. They say they're skilled in what? Like, what are you experienced? If you're not experienced in Pokemon boxes, Pokemon cases, how can you say you can certify it?
Right. And if you're buying something, like, you know, I'm assuming if it's going to be certified, you're spending a ton of money on a pack, box, whatever it is. I mean, you know, you want to be sure. If you're going to do it, you got to do it all the way. You know, don't half-ass something like this. You know.
Sample cards, yeah. Steven, if you're asking, should the sample cards be sent in? That's PSA all the way. Or BGS
Oh,
was shooting
yeah.
for a black label. Like,
Yeah.
I would do BGS if I had something where I'm like, this is perfect. Although that's still a hell of a risk. It'd be a perfect card and you won't get that black label.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of luck. But yeah, PSA BGS for that only. I don't think I'd even CGC. I certainly wouldn't CGC a sample. No, not at all.
No, PSA it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
People mentioned the digital Funko. So I want to mention, we're going to talk about this Monday.
Let's get into it.
On Monday, I'll give you more on like how to sign up, but we'll just talk about what's coming up on Tuesday. So Tuesday, we have these Pop Digital Funkos coming, and it's retro comics. So you have the drop here. We have digital $5 digital pop or $10. I'm sorry. Let me reread this. 5 digital pops for $10 or 15 digital pops for $30. So, you know, it's not like you get better for buying the bigger one. It's just, you know, just makes it easier for you.
Are the
And
odds,
this is what
Mark?
you're getting.
Are they different?
Are the odds the same? They don't. Yes, the odds are the same. I don't
Okay.
think they don't mention a different odds. So unless it's hidden somewhere, I haven't seen them do different odds. So you have a mix of Flash Gordon. Were you guys fans of Flash Gordon?
That's a little before my time.
Yeah, me too.
I know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that.
No, neither do I, man. All right, and then they have the Popeye stuff, which I know Popeye. I know Bluto. They do have, offer you a hamburger Wednesday.
Wimpy.
Oh, there's the cat. What's up, cat?
Offer your hamburger Wednesday.
There's Hobbs. Yeah.
I like how Mark said that. I'll offer you a
Wimpy.
hamburger Wednesday for payment today. And then I'm not making. Well, who's making that fucking deal, Mark? It's worse than Wimpy.
You guys know what I meant. But there you go. So this is all Tuesday. And let me back up. I did this pretty quick. They have, you could look at the whole catalog, see them all. But what's really important in my eyes is the physical ones. The ones you can redeem for a physical Funko, because you're buying these, NFTs. So the physical ones you can get are the Grail. You get Popeye, which I think looks pretty cool. NFC says Digital Pop, NFT release. It has its out of number. Pretty cool. There's Flash Gordon, which none of us are fans. So, I don't know. Was there a Flash Gordon market, Doug?
I have no fucking idea. Maybe not for me. I don't know.
Yeah. That's from the 80s and maybe even.
Is he a fucking Marvel guy or something? What the fuck?
No, Flash Gordon's
he was like a TV show, and I think he had comics too.
What they need to get is
70s
who's the guy?
Right.
I'm believe it or not, huh? There.
They have Pluto.
I know what you're talking about.
That dude needs a Funko. Okay, continue.
They have Pluto, which I think is the best one. I think Pluto's awesome. 1900 available, 1.5% chance. Again,
I used to think my dad looked like Bluto.
Pop Digital. It doesn't look like Bluto?
I think my dad looks like Bluto.
Oh, your dad does. Yeah, absolutely. You should get that for your dad.
Say it's a custom one. There you go.
Got you this one custom.
And then
Custom
Freddy
made.
Funko.
He has it on his
Popeye
desk.
with spinach in his hand. So, if we add all of these up and we divide it by the total NFTs available, 3.3% chance for you to get one of these. So you need to get roughly 33 NFTs. So that's what you're shooting for, So that'd be my advice. Do about that. And we'll pull up the catalog real quick. Oh, they have the one-of-ones too. These are also physicals, but they don't tell you what they are. Grail we saw was Popeye. There's the Legendary. Oh, they're not
letting us know
them
who
all.
those
There's
are.
Ming.
That's kind of neat though, Mark. So those one-of-ones, are they eligible for a Funko redemption or no?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you get the one-of-one NFT and you get a physical Funko. Yep.
Oh, we don't know who those 6 are. That's kind of a fun chase. Okay.
Maybe it is.
And Mark, briefly, why don't you tell the people though the importance of this drop? The reason this one's kind of important is, look, the wax, right? The wax is fucking. It's hard to buy. So if you can get something with a credit card direct instead of paying all these wax transfer fees and wax coin fees, do it. Sell the extra cards or whatever, or the NFTs. Then you have a stack of wax. You're going right to Mars.
Precisely, guys. This is kind of like, I talk about wax. I like the wax environment, whatever you want to call it. I think it's easy to play these games. I think it's easy to buy and sell. I think it's easy to understand. There's not these gas fees that are kind of crazy. It's pretty basic how you pay for these fees, and it's very understandable. It's very easy to work around. But it's hard to buy it's hard to buy wax. So that's the problem. That's getting into it. So
the fees are ridiculous. The fees are ridiculous. So, and if you find a credit card who's willing to do that, that's step one. So say you find your credit card, okay, MoonPay will take your credit card. Fine. Now you're over here fucking, paying all these fees when really the smart move is probably to buy all these NFTs and hope you make a little money on the packs. And then you're up wax, you're not paying any fees. And you can go get your Mars crates. You can go get your physical pop. Yeah, pretty dope.
Exactly. So I see this as a way to get into wax. If you want to check it out, this is a very easy way. Use your Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit card. Buy a pack. Buy 2. Just kind of check it out. And it's a low entry point. $10, guys. $10. You just want to dip your toe in the water, see what it's all about. And
right.
You're kind of
and all those pops have gone up
on the site. I don't know what to do with this wax. I'm confused. It's telling me I have an error. Hop on the Discord and ask. We'll help you guys out.
We'll try to help.
We'll try. Some people got locked out of their account. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know. That's on them.
You can bridge to wax or swap for tokens. Right. Yeah. So.
Oh, and Hamwich makes a great point. You don't even have to open the pack. You could just sell the pack.
Oh, that is a good point.
So you could turn that directly in the wax, almost dollar for dollar. Usually it's about the same, but then it kind of goes crazy. You just got to pay attention.
So,
but great
quickly,
point,
Mark, you've been around these drops for a minute. are the packs themselves, like after the drop and they're sold out, do the packs go up? Or are they just basically sell for what they were listed for? Like
It's
secondary
right
market?
about what they're listed for. Usually a little bit more to cover the wax fees. So it's usually they make it like $1 or $2, and it seems like people are selling many. They're just covering the wax fees, or maybe even less.
That's the way to get coin.
But then
Just
it
get
changes.
wax.
I mean, then it's all. But I'm unsure because
Smart.
these have been getting
Smart.
really hot. Like when we first started talking about this, like everything was half the price. Everything doubled. So I just don't know anymore, Doug. Like these got hot. So hey, we tell you about things before they get hot. Next thing you know, they're red hot. They're blowing up in your face. I mean, this is. Yeah, Bob Ross went up quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Everything got hot, guys. So I just don't know anymore. I'm just unsure what it's going to be. And it took about, I want to say it took about 10 minutes to sell out. I think this is going to sell out much quicker, like 30 seconds. So Tuesday.
Mark, did you say how many packs you thought you were going to buy on this when it drops?
No, well, I want to get at least 33 NFTs, right? Because you want to make sure, you know, 33 plus 10 or whatever. So 43 to make sure I get a physical one. With my odds, right? So I'll probably do 3 of these, three of the bottom ones if I can. Spend $90, or maybe if I can't get 9 of the other ones.
You have no power. MetaZoo Mike in here. Is that why people are saying that? I'm so confused.
Yeah, Mike's here.
I was gonna say. I was like, dude, you need to hire somebody. Then I see like Michael be rambling, and then the Gypsy Fish is like, Mike, hire some guys to run your Discord. I was like,
oh,
no,
Michael B.
Mike. I was like, what the hell's going on? This shit's falling apart on us quickly. No, so okay, yeah. Anyway, back to this. I just want to make sure there's no beef going on in our chat for no reason.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, why is this? Okay, yeah, Mark. So again, a smart way. You could just briefly, even if you don't want this shit, you just want wax. Great way to get wax. Then, great way to get wax. Get on the drop. Put your credit card in. There's not those additional fees.
And you can transfer. Well, I'll explain that on Monday. I don't really want to get into the drop wax stuff today. I just want to say this is out here, so pay attention to it. It's coming Tuesday. We want to give you the heads up on the good stuff. So this is one of them. I suggest everyone buy something. That's.
I didn't
get in just to test it out, even if you're not sure. If you like wax,
cheap.
then it's up to you. Whatever you want to buy,
The $10.
Did you ask Doug if the price of packs went up after the? I
That's what I was asking. Yeah.
Do you want me to pull them up? I can.
Yeah, pull them up because I think that's. Pull up one that people can still redeem their shit. So the Star Trek or Bob Ross. Bob Ross is a great example. Do Bob Ross.
Let's do Bob Ross. Where are you, Bobby? And we'll do Series 1. Oh, whoops.
Were they the same now? Were they $9.99 and
yes, they were.
30? Okay.
So you have a standard pack, which was $10, going for $24, $23.83.
Shit.
The $24. So it doubled, time and a half.
And Mark, what's the lowest
And
price redemption Bobby Ross? So if they're $24, you'd have to buy what? How many of those, Mark? 8 to 10 to get a Bob
here
Ross?
you go, Doug. The day of the drop? Or no, this isn't right. This isn't right.
Why?
well, yeah, that might be right.
I thought was it 12th?
Yeah.
I thought they dropped in November. No,
No, it was December. It wasn't
it was
November.
December. Yeah, release dates. I'm wrong. I can't count.
You can't count months. There's so 12 of them. There's so hard.
There's too many. So it was going for $11.50 the day of.
Okay. So it was up
but then it went up to $18 very quickly after, and kind of never really went down from that range.
Yeah, so then I like this as a move to get wax. Then, like and I have no interest really in Flash Gordon.
You say that until you pull one.
Well, right. That's the thing. So in reality, right? I have interest in anything that's gonna make me a little money. So maybe.
You've always been a big Gordon guy. Remember your Jeff Gordon sunglasses?
Right. I was like, dude, I said that, and then like as soon as I'm like, well, what if they're worth good money? What if everybody's like me, like fuck this Flash Gordon, and they're like cheap? I find myself with 10 Flash Gordon physical pop redemptions, and I'm, fuck.
It might be one of the cheaper ones. That's something too. You're gonna get in because it's cheap, and you just want to check out how the physical stuff redemption works. You're like, sure, go for it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point, Mark. He might end up being probably cheaper than the Klingon. Probably for sure cheaper than the Klingon. I got to imagine Flash Gordon has a smaller.
Yeah.
Like this
What's
is
that?
just
Are
not
they
as
selling?
cool to set.
Yeah. So J007, if you looked at that chart, if you're able to rewind it or whatever, you're watching this later, go back to the chart because Mark it shows the line of the prices. The lines of the prices. The kind of transparent bars are the number of units sold. and that's on the right y-axis. Okay, so that y-axis on your right side, that second one,
So
that's
there
the
you go.
number of units sold. So you can see. So if Mark will click one again, he'll kind of show
23
you the
sold.
packs. Okay, yeah, see, perfect, Mark. Yeah,
23
exactly.
sold
And,
today.
God damn, over 100 on launch day.
114
So they
on
move.
launch day. Yep.
They move. I mean, they certainly move, man. All right, now, what? Look at me, elephants and NFT packs, man. Look at me. Look at us, man. We're growing.
Yeah, well, guys, yeah. If you told me I'd be buying the elephant thing is the most surprising for me. I mean, were doing
Japanese metal NFTs
baby metal
and gold albums.
Yeah. But, guys, we were on NFTs and wax early April, so we've been doing
not
it
me.
now,
I wasn't on
like
that
for
shit.
a while. So we've been messing around with
baseball.
this. So we're not exactly new to the space. We've been doing it for a while, so we have some experience. So. Learn from our mistakes. You don't have to buy the baby metal album, even though you get the gold physical album. It's not.
Although we have a couple of people in the chat from Japan. Isn't Apache from Japan? Is anyone else from Japan interested in buying any of these gold albums from us?
Do they even know what
They
baby
say sell it.
Is
Baby metal, sell it.
I'll give you a
popular?
screaming deal.
I was duped
All right.
into this. I don't even know.
All right, so good. So there you go, gang. That is the digital NFTs, guys. We're gonna move on to cryptics. Are we gonna move on to that, Mark? Are we gonna talk about that today?
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, cryptics.
Well, no, this is the other. So we're talking about the TCGs, the 2022 series of TCGs on Kickstarters, for lack of a better name. That's what we're gonna call it. This one is one that kind of snuck up on everybody a little bit. Looks like it's got some pretty dope art, and it looks like, gang, compared to a lot of those ones, maybe not Maelstrom, but compared to a lot of the other ones you see launched, like Titan, they are far more prepared. Not to rip on Titan, just Titan was what it was when it launched. This is something a little different. It's a little more complete. Mark, for one, am kind of excited about this. I think this is going to be pretty slick. I think this is going to be a good launch. I don't know if it's going to be Maelstrom good, because Maelstrom really just blew everything out of the water in 10 minutes, right? So curious. I don't know. Again, I'm excited about these because they got cards, they got packs, and look at those two people playing. How happy they are.
No, they look far along. I'm with you. Yes, there's a lot to it. It looks like they're really creating. They're really focusing on the game, not just the cards. Because, like I said, I'm not an art critic. People got to get so hung up on the art. A lot of it's the game's got to be fun. I mean, you give a shit game, no one's gonna care. I mean, so you got to make sure you're doing this right. And they're already testing out the game, doing that sort of stuff. That's what I want to see. I want to see some people like nail the gameplay, and that'll drive the rest of it. You just need to not screw up the art, because if you showed MetaZoo compared to a lot of these, they'd be like, MetaZoo's a little maybe more
cartoonish.
Like
it's more
old
cartoony,
school or something. But they'd be like, the art's kind of just okay. Well, it's the hottest game because it's fun. It has the fourth wall effect. It's recognizable. It's approachable. Right. Like, I think everyone gets drawn in. I mean, if you have a leggy, big chested, Japanese, it's kind of one of those like, is everyone going to feel okay playing these games? It's a little kind of like, what are you doing, man? You're kind of pushing people away. It feels very comfortable,
You're saying it feels more like a general feel, not too sexy for you.
Well, it's just something to push people away. Something to be like, I can't play this at school. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing to me?
Well, probably not. That's a good point. You could probably throw Mothman out at school and no teacher's going to walk around the lunch table and be like, whoa, what do you got? What's that? Pornography? Nobody's going to say that. You're correct, Mark. And some of the art of some of the shit is not for kids, and hopefully they have appropriate ages on them, though. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm with you, Mark. I think MetaZoo more accessible. A lot of these are less accessible. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like this, though. This art appeals to me more. I don't like cartoony beasties, cartoony monsters, Digimons. That's not really my thing anymore because I'm an adult. As I've grown up, I think I've passed that art style. I still like Yu-Gi-Oh! Art. I still think that's cool. Nostalgic art's, But this looks good. Maelstrom has some good-looking cards. Everybody's got their own kind of like positives you could say about their art. It's hard for me to sit here and critique art. It's going to be the gameplay. It's going to be the collectability that I think is going to be easiest for us to critique.
Yeah, and especially with the collectability, that could be the artist. Not necessarily the art. The artist is collectible. Their autograph. There's something about them that's collectible. And
yeah. That's a good point.
That's how I could relate art. Matt, and I'm sorry I cut you off. What were you going to say?
No, it's all right. Well, I was thinking. Now, I actually wanted to preface this with a question because I never played Magic: The Gathering. So I was always kind of curious how the gameplay of MetaZoo. Obviously, I'm aware of like the fourth wall effects, but how the gameplay of MetaZoo compared to like Magic the Gathering and even like Pokemon and stuff like that. Like if it was more or less complicated or more or less fun for people that have played both, like which one they enjoyed more. But
Pokemon to me was so simple. Just so you know, it's the
Is
simplest thing I've ever seen. Magic was before both of our times and looks complicated as fuck. There you go.
It absolutely
Right?
it looked overwhelming. And granted, we're in our teens, I
Kids.
think. But like,
No,
yeah.
before our teens. We were
I guess it was
before our
93
teens.
Yeah, no, we
when
were
it came out,
kids.
93, 94, yeah.
93.
Mm-hmm. So way before our teens, yeah.
But to your point, like I think that's one of the reasons MetaZoo is and will probably be successful is because the gameplay is probably pretty simplistic and easy to kind of catch on and like hold on to and not.
Yes and no.
There's a lot of nuance to it, which I think takes a lot of. You learn more the more you play, and you kind of pick and
sure.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious how games like this and how complicated the gameplay is going to be. Like, I think ultimately, in addition to like everyone has their own specific art preference, like Doug was saying, like if the game is too complicated to play, that may turn off a certain demographic or age group.
Yeah, 100%. So you're right, man. Maybe the barrier's not even going to be the art that, like, oh, like, is that too sexy? It's just, this game's going to be too fucking hard to play. Like, and those are very real possibilities. So yeah, those are things to be concerned about.
Or just making the gameplay unique, you know, because there's so many cards that seem the gameplay always has. You have some sort of aura. You got to create this aura. You got to kill this other beastie. You do this sort of straight up damage thing. I mean, it's kind of all kind of under the same rules. Like you need something to shake it up, you know. And MetaZoo's like, oh, we're gonna do the fourth wall. You know, you could see a plant. You could do this. You could, you know, how many lights are above you? There's got to be. I just think there's got to be something special about the gameplay and
a difference, something different. Yeah, that's a great point,
maybe,
Mark.
Yeah, something to jump out to you and be like, yo, this is actually fun. Like,
well, MetaZoo promoted like, hey, we have the fourth wall early on, like saying this is a
that
different
was their
game.
number one thing. Yeah.
You're right. A lot of these guys, these other trading card games, you're not getting a lot of promotion about what makes our gameplay different or makes our gameplay fun. It's not out there. They're really making it like, here's how you collect our cards. This is what's making these things collectible and dope. Those are great questions. I don't understand necessarily how card games expect to exist without actually having a game. Like, and that again, it feels like a shot at Titan. It's not. It's just saying, in general, if you're going to launch a Kickstarter, you're going to ask me to pay you. I need to know there's a game here. Looks like Cryptix has a game. Like, it looks like they have a game. They have the cards. Everything's ready to rock. There's a lot of things out there that don't look like they're ready to rock. Like everybody said, D-Spirits was not ready to rock, and it looks like it's just a shit show, dumpster fire happening in front of our eyes. So these are things that are important, that are necessary. Yeah. You have to have a cards and a game in order to have a card game. And I don't know why creators are missing these steps. They are, and they're still getting paid. And the people who are stuck holding the bag on these things, I don't feel bad for. I hope it all comes together for you, but at the same time, I'm not going to give you any sympathy if it doesn't work out.
Yeah,
that's not going to come from me.
I agree with you, Doug, and I think to some extent, I think the TCGs that are trying to like put the cart before the horse is because they see that there's this like huge cash grab. Like they see other TCGs having success that I don't want to say have no business being successful, but like look at like Grand Archive. Like they clearly did not like there were things to like about them, but there was a lot to not like. But the fact that they were able to raise so much money that gives people like I don't want to speak for them, but like that probably gives them a line of thinking like, I don't have to have everything. If I put out something for them to hold on to, like I can make money too on my Kickstarter.
So the Cryptic TCG guy's here in the chat here, and he is in the Discord. He said if anybody has questions about the game or whatever, or the drop, you know, ask him, and he's happy to answer. So Mark, put the Discord link. Yeah, and he said he'd answer. So I think it's important for these guys who create these things to at least stand by their products. Say, look, here, let me give you an answer. Like, give the guy credit from Titan. You know, he answered questions, and they may not have been the answers you wanted to hear. He's like, look, we're not ready for that. We don't do. Am I worried about putting the cart before the house? Yeah, horse, a little bit. Yeah. So the honest answer is that you get a good gauge of people, right? If you could trust the people, like we joked, but the Babelex guy did awesome. Good for him, man. Like, dude, these cards are going to be late. We jumped right in front of it and said, look, you know, we're sorry we fucked this up, but, you know, we're going to get this to you. We want these to be right.
And gave a good reason, yeah. And it kind of explained it. Even if you didn't have a good reason, just explained yourself and everything, you know.
It made me trust him. Like, I was like, this is trustworthy. I'm willing to give you a little more leeway.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Doug. I think that's a huge part of it. And that's something, it's about, paying attention to the whole part of these Kickstarters. It's more than just, a flashy page. Do a little digging. You have to, it's not just the surface, scratch down there and look at it,
Sonic Hog has a statement here, Mark, which is, like you said, this is going to go off what you said. It's not just surface stuff. He goes, I don't get it. Grand Archive had a game with cards and showed it. We weren't in it because we didn't trust the guys running it. That we, like I just talked about, these were kids who were getting a lot of money, and there was some nonsense involved. There was some NFT nonsense right off the bat, where I was like, what the fuck? And they can't name their artists. They're supposed to trust they have cards, but they can't name their artists for security purposes. That sounds like some stupid.
And that was the largest part of where the money was going, was the artists. So it would be very easy to shave some money out. It's just one of those things. Money just disappears, and it's it is what it is.
Yeah. So that's one where I didn't trust the creators. I didn't want to throw money at it. Again, I wish everybody luck who did. I'm sure there's a pathway to make money. I hope the cards get released, and you're fine. If they don't, though, I have no sympathy because they were red flags for me, and I said what the red flags were. But I'm more risk adverse than a lot of people, maybe. Mm-hmm. But I think there's just so many games out there, Mark. I have the ability to pick and choose and just be like, well, I may have missed this, but then I went and bought 8 Funko Pops, digital Pops that doubled in value. Like, those are things I'm going to end up doing. So I'm not super concerned. FOMO doesn't hit me that hard because I'm always like, on to the next. And that's how, if you treat things on to the next is like basically the moral of your story, if you will, or your business approach, like, I'm on to the next if I missed it, then you're going to find yourself making less kind of panicked purchases, if that makes sense. More like, I missed out, I better buy. You're not going to do that if you like I said, you get in, you're like, man, I have other things I want to get into. Let's say you missed Maelstrom. Cryptic is something we have here in front of us, comes out in April. So you got a little bit of time. Research it. Same thing with Sorcery. Comes out with their Kickstarter. So you have time to be like, okay, I may have missed this, but let me see what I can do with the 2 I can get into. Like, if you're not interested in getting in Theme Decks, you're not interested in giving $10 and getting all the other add-ons, right there. Boom. These are the things you can get into. The pop drop on Tuesday, Mark.
The pop drop on Tuesday is a great example. And it's such a different avenue. You're kind of like, I feel bad about that. Well, we're not doing a Kickstarter. We're doing Funkos. They already exist. They have a huge market. It's already there. It's just, do you want to get into that market? Is that something you want to start collecting, or, kind of just because of the rarity of the digital pop? But also, if you're feeling that FOMO, that's what this channel's great. Like, come to us. Like, we'll talk you out of it. Or talk you into it too. Give you kind of like, kind of help you along the way if you're feeling like, oh man, like I got to do something. I'm gonna be checking this, keep on refreshing this Kickstarter every half hour until someone drops out. It's like, chill out. There's something else out there for you. If you find it. I
only trust a scooter that can rock jorts. Yeah, jorts season around the corner. Man, I saw that picture. Each their own with jorts, but you can probably size up.
John Cena wore jorts. I trust him.
No, it's funny. Like, I think Rafa Flopper Flame posted, whatever, the mixtape cover or whatever the hell it was. Like, the dude with, like, the cargo jorts. I was like, man, now that's something I get behind. The big pockets on this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I need cargo pants to come back. And main reason,
no one cares.
These pockets, man. Like, as a dad, you find yourself carrying crazy shit. If I had these big old pockets on the side and it was like, didn't look weird.
Fanny pack. I was gonna say, would you ever? I rocked fanny pack. I have like one of those over the shoulder sling bags, but I rocked a fanny pack for a little bit before that. Would you wear one of those or no?
Absolutely. Look, when you're a dad, people don't look at you. It's not a thing.
You can do anything you want.
You're not
I'm
out
not gonna
there.
wear a fanny pack. Like,
I'm not out there in the game.
No, I'm not
like a lot of these. That's it. That's what I was saying, Mark. I'm not out here in the game with these single guys. I'm not in it. I'm not in the game. I can wear a fanny pack now. Like, people are like, oh, why do dads always dress so weird? Because you know what? We're not in the game anymore. So it's just comfortable fanny packs. I got socks with my sandals on. Shorts. I'm living that life now. I'm excited about it.
It'd be a fashionable fanny pack. You'd have to do it as like a fashion statement. You'd be wearing it out to some summer festival. You got your whatever in your fanny pack thing, and you're good to go.
When you're a dad, Doug, and correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're a dad, you're like a walking like Jeep Grand Cherokee. You're just for getting around. You're not for.
No, hey, Grand Cherokees are nice. I'm more of like a what's one of the minivans, like an Odyssey. That's more what it's like. Man,
you're just for carrying as much stuff.
You're just carrying as much shit as possible, man. You got like a diaper bag on your back. Oh yeah, you're wearing the diaper bag. Like, Like, so we got another one on the way, and I'm like, man, I got to get back into that diaper bag feel. Hey, look, let me say this though: you got the diaper bag here, you got the kid on the front. You're carrying so much shit. Like, you can move a kid and a whole everything, kid's whole life in your bag. Easy. You can't do that.
Like Gamertron right there. It's like, you put together with all these pieces.
Yeah, but if I could have cargo pants, like if that's a thing again, man.
I mean, when we were in high school, Doug and Mark, like that was the apex of
it was beautiful.
cargo pants.
They had to have rules because Jinkos got big.
Jinkos,
they were like,
you
can't wear this certain size of Jinko. It was hilarious. I mean, things are
dude.
fun.
Do you guys remember everybody had like the orange fucking pants? They were like orange.
Yes,
like
I do.
I never had a pair of orange pants, but I ever had like the same color orange, just like Homer Simpson's blue pants. Yeah. So enough about us.
Oh man, that was fun times. Yeah.
I feel like our watcher count went up, Mark, when people started hearing about the dad swag.
It's through the roof, dude. Once we start talking fanny packs, like people are like, yo, is that the next hot thing? Is that what we're getting on?
Yo, man, MetaZoo Mike's still here, man. They're making fanny packs. Hey,
I would 100% buy a fanny. Oh no, he had a fanny pack.
Did he have a fanny pack?
I think he did.
I'm almost positive.
Did I miss
Mike,
it?
if you're still in here, correct me if I'm wrong. There was a fanny pack on the marketplace.
Is there a fanny pack?
Almost positive. There was at first.
Mark, take us there. Go to the marketplace.
Bing that, would you, Mark?
Let me bing this real quick. No, it's a face mask, fanny pack.
Yeah,
right
see? There was a fanny pack. There it is right there. I saw it. Yeah.
Where?
There we go.
Where?
Medium large.
Where?
I mean, how big is this medium large?
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I can't wear that. That's too big.
52 waist? Yeah, I think you'll be.
Oh,
52 waist.
Whoa. Fit me in
Is
a
that what that's saying?
Oh, boy.
Like 35 to 52?
Whoa.
That's not going to work.
What price are we talking on those, Mark? What am I looking at here?
$35. Yeah, no.
Oh, fuck. Really? $35? Oh.
And it's a Nightfall
I would buy it for
edition,
half.
so
If they go half off, I would buy one.
maybe they glow in the dark.
And again, this is one of those where like I'm okay with it, but like I don't know, man. Can I wear like little bats and shit on me as I'm walking around? It might look weird. I don't know.
That is a good fanny. Like that's subtle. I like it.
Give me some of the old
subtle.
'90s neon color fanny packs.
Mhm.
That's what I grew up with. That's what I know. You know,
You
can fit everything in those. I would just, man.
No,
Fanny
you know
packs.
what? That's funny. Yeah, no, it's actually, you know what? It is very subtle. It's not bad. If you actually
A
need
fanny
one,
is different here in New
know
Zealand.
what? I'm not gonna knock it. As
What
much as I
do
thought I
you
would.
guys call, what are fannies in New Zealand?
What's a
What do you guys
fanny?
call?
What's a fanny?
Oh, fanny's like an ass, right?
Well, yeah, but I don't know if it's a
So
different.
this is a
in New
fanny
Zealand.
pack, like it's an ass pack. That's kind of like
Ass pack, yeah.
You can put it
But you wear it
backwards.
over
Rest right on your.
Wear it
ass.
over your groin. I mean, it's
But you wear it forward, or if you're a
Groin-
professional
groin
wrestler,
pack.
you just always wear it.
Matching pants we got weren't weird. That was pure fashion.
Yeah.
No, those are pants. Like I said, I'm not wearing like my kid's school.
Mark
I'm
wears
not
those
wearing
up to the bar.
school.
Lady
We don't
fronts.
wear them.
Oh, okay.
Mark wears the bar.
Well,
yeah,
then
I'm
lady
not doing
fronts, and that even makes more sense. Yeah, there you go. Fanny pack. Wear it
it.
forward.
Thanks for that. You'll credit us. Credit us with some free fanny packs. That's credit me with merchandise. No, I think fanny packs are the way to go. I think if you're looking for sweet merchandise, like those of us who are
God.
dads,
Mark,
always
can
use
can you make a Venn diagram of people that wear fanny packs?
Oh,
and people who are awesome. It'd be in
you
one
want me
circle.
to?
You wouldn't
I
even
mean,
afford it. It'd be the
people
same
are
circle.
awesome and wear. Okay, here we go.
But
People
don't
want a Venn diagram out of you because
so Mark, could we do this Venn diagram? How about this? Give me the Venn diagram, and just purely speculation on your part, but I'd actually be curious about this. I want to see the Venn diagram of people who invest in, like, let's say Titan. Okay, make me a Titan like Venn diagram, or games like Titan that don't have a game speculative play, super speculative Kickstarter, versus people who are super safe in their investing. Right, Mark? How much overlap do you actually think there is? Do you think these are two distinct groups? Like, who are investing in these things? Because I think what we have here, Mark, if I'm going to predict what's happening, is there's a very small slice in the middle where they'll get together and agree on things. But for the most part, you exist outside these. Like, everybody exists outside these. And you know, as an investor, this is where you get what the fuck is that?
These are like,
what happened?
And then
What
this
is
is
that?
the
What's that
people.
like?
This is good. That's Doug. You ever seen a Venn diagram?
So then
Not at this point. I haven't. I feel like I
So
haven't.
these
I
are
feel like I
the risky, and then these are the
Right.
non, and then
Right. The risk adverse
versus.
versus the people who are not risk adverse. Like, that's what it is. And there's a spot in the middle where they get together on something. I think that spot in the middle where they get together on something is like, hey, this is an actual fucking investment. Like, this is something we should look into. It's got the hype. It's got the stuff that the risk adverse people don't want. I mean, that the people who are not risk averse, who like don't care about risk, they want hype and shit. And then it's also got the safety. We're like, hey, this looks like a fun game. It's got cards. It's got something actually out there. Oh, what the hell? What's happening?
I see what you're saying. I thought the overlap was something very, like you were saying, like the risk adverse to the,
This is good. This is a good segment.
Well, I don't know what's happening. Put a fanny pack right in the middle. I agree.
There's the fanny pack, and then there's none. But I thought you were saying like risk adverse to fanny pack. I don't know. Okay, well that did, I'm better.
Oh, so but that's what I'm saying. You want to be in that middle. If we're talking Venn diagram, and Mark, I don't know if you want to put a third in there for fanny pack owners. Just make it as thin as you can and as long as possible.
One last thing I do want to notice before we take off is that these supply crates have all doubled. So any of the Mars people, and if you were buying supply crates, look, they all doubled. So
I should have gotten in. I didn't.
Mark, has everything wax kind of gone up? Because I've noticed the Funko stuff's going up. Everything is kind of moving up for at least things I check. And again, I'm not as into it as you are.
Just the things I'm invested in, Doug. I don't know what to tell you. Everything else though, like I just don't know.
Mark, why don't you show the people the sold out everything too on your sold out on your plate? Show Mars.cards when you're done and show people how all those crates are now sold out.
No, I mean there's nothing crazy going. I mean, it's up from.
Mark is a YouTube genius. I agree with that.
No, it's definitely up. Tops is up. Tops baseball's up a lot. Yeah.
I think everything's up wax. I think if you got in wax a week or two ago, we were talking about it. Because I know my Funkos are way up. And they're way up. And I've already redeemed them. So it stops me from doing something stupid like just selling them now. I think the physical ones are going to be more expensive than I think people are ready for. Okay, they're not going to be ready for all this money.
Well, hey, we're helping people out. There's a lot of different things going on. Not this store. They are none left. No basic supply crates left. So there you go.
Okay.
So
the only way to get them now, Mark, like you pointed out, was the Atomic Hub. You can go there at double the price now. More people are getting in on it. It's more expensive to actually start doing some work on Mars. What do you make of that?
I'm invested in it. I hope the other cards rise with it because the other cards haven't shown that yet. It's just the crates themselves. So I think those will catch up when everyone kind of the game needs to grow. I mean, that's how these play to earn work. I mean, if more people don't jump in, I think we kind of get stagnant. I think that's kind of how it works. So
what you're saying is you need me on Mars, Mark? No? Is that right? You need me to get on there?
He's a bunk buddy.
But how I feel about these play to earns, if you get in early. I mean, I think there's ways to make money, and I have, and I know others have in the Discord. So if you're going to join something that's already established, like Alien Worlds or something like that, I wouldn't go in there expecting to make a whole lot. I mean, you know what I mean? I would just have a different opinion of it just because it's so established. It's been around for a long time. So
last thing I wanted to ask you guys, Mark, have you seen that the brawlers, those crypto brawlers, whatever the fuck they are on Wax, they have the move and gear packs dropping next week? So obviously you can't buy one of the guys; they're like $1 bazillion. But the move and gear sounds like to me that might be something to invest in if you use a credit card. Except for you have to jump through all these like weird hoops to get whitelisted.
They're kind of wheelchair.
That's not something I know too much about. I don't want to get
how much of the goal is it?
But yes, I think you need like a certain coin to get whitelisted or something.
Holy fuck!
What are you guys looking at?
The price of the shit you just called up.
25 grand? What?
Oh, for these?
I need to get in on the move. Yeah. So to get whitelisted quickly, you have to like do weird shit. You have to like tweet about them or something, and then like be on a Discord or I don't even know. Link your Wax wallet is the last step. So I'm thinking about maybe trying. So if you see me tweeting about brawlers, just ignore it. Ignore that shit. But I might try because Mark, this looks like something like gear or moves, and I think they're like $150 or $75 packs. So they're not cheap. But if there's this many people on doing big shit, I got a feeling this is gonna be something big. So I'm gonna give it a whirl.
All right, something to look at, something to keep an eye on, because I'm all about getting in early. That's kind of my view on these. If you're in early, I think that changes kind of the game. It's what you want. So okay,
well, we did,
something
Mark.
else.
We changed the game.
Sure, I'll keep an eye on this. I thought this was just kind of too high class. I mean, too high. I mean, this is $10,000.
This is far too high class.
I'm not getting in on this. Is not my risk. I don't want to put that much into Wax because really, again, I'm not in it for so much, holding in crypto. I'm doing it to kind of get these physical Funkos and kind of extract my money that way while building crypto, doing like two things, because I think I can kind of keep a healthy crypto balance while having these physical Funkos.
Sure.
So
yeah, absolutely.
you know,
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm
full
not
throttle.
going full throttle on it. I'm literally thinking this is just a good quick flip. Like if you do get, although I don't want to be on some weird shit list now, and they're just going to be sending me shit about wrestlers, but I'm thinking if I can like do this looks like it's going to be a quick money thing for me. So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to open my move or my gear. I'll see. I don't know. I'm going to try to get on it. I don't know how complicated it's going to be or what all I have to do. As long as I don't have to give my social security number, I'm feeling very confident.
Well, yeah, pay attention to that, right? Don't get on the wrong website or something funny like that. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll have to talk about next week then too. So yeah, we'll have some more NFT stuff to talk about.
Join us Monday, man.
Back in the day when I used to talk about NFTs, like thank you, Doug and Matt, for letting me still talk about it. Because back in the day when I used to talk about NFTs, like everyone used to tune out. Like no one would care.
People love it now, Mark. You're
People
the
would
star
just
of
be
the show.
like, everyone would leave.
I don't even know why I'm
It'd be
here.
Me talking about Mars for the last 10 minutes of the show.
I'm just here to steal Mark's ideas and then just
Well,
run with
hey,
them a little bit more.
live
Mark,
like
do you
you're-
own it? Do you have a Funko yet? Mark, you talked about the Funko
No.
physical. Did you? Okay.
And that's why I'm so pissed. All these prices went up, but my other NFTs went up, so it was all this kind of trade off thing. It's like I was focused too much on Mars, and that maybe that won't pay off. Maybe I'll be an idiot about it, or maybe it will. I don't know.
I feel like you will.
But if I wanted to, I could sell my Mars and
Good
buy
for
a
you.
bunch of Funkos. I just don't want to sell my Mars. I'm chilling. We'll see.
Yeah, let's go to Mars, guys. I'm with everybody there, Mark. A lot of support there. You got a good crew, as they call it in space talk.
But we'll talk.
Right, get it?
We'll talk
Sure.
Mars. We'll talk Funkos Monday because that digital drops Tuesday. So we'll get you ready for it.
And we'll talk more. We'll do a deeper dive into some of these like cryptic. Maelstrom we'll talk about. I think this week and kind of fiddle around and see what all I get, and I'll let you guys know what I ended up with in Maelstrom and things like that. I'm going to do a deeper dive on all this because I got time. It's a 3-day weekend. Our Monday holiday show, so a lot of you probably aren't working. Maybe are working. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have fun. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna get a lot of stuff in, and there's a lot to talk about, man. There's a lot. Nightfall. We'll follow those prices this weekend. This will be kind of an interesting buying weekend, so follow that. Yeah, it'll be a good time. I think we're really gonna have a good week. So stay tuned. Hey, Mark, why don't you tell everybody? Go to our Discord. Tell
Join
me
the
like,
Discord,
subscribe.
guys.
Yeah.
Absolutely, please. Oh, whoops! What did I just do? I just blew something up. Please join the Discord. Say hello. It's always cool there. But always, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Even if you are caught us live, catch the replay, throw a like, comment on there. Always helps us. Be a friend, tell a friend, all that stuff. And we'll be live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, we're 4:30 Central. Friday, we're
Again,
4
if you weren't in
Central.
on the Discord, man, dude, the Discord dropped that the Maelstrom Kickstarter was releasing early. We knew that like a half hour before. So they dropped that information.
I thought they knew it like 3 hours before.
Something like that. There was a lot out there. They knew. And we all saw it. We all knew it's good stuff. So yeah.
Our Discord's
if you like
very
getting this...
free flowing, guys. There's really not a lot of rules to it. It's just kind of just kind of be cool to each other and just kind of go for it. And it really is just kind of a lot of flowing of ideas, all sorts of stuff, and really it's just have fun. It's a good time. So jump on it.
And if you want to talk about Ando, Bert's there for you. He'll talk all the
Ando. Gotta go to. Yeah.
Those boosters on fucking hell. Oh man, yeah, I got some though.
Cool. You guys got anything else?
I can't hit. No, that's it, man. We'll see you Monday.
All right, guys. As we always say,
watch the playoffs.
Pull the big one. We nailed that one. All right. See you guys. Take it easy. Have a nice week.